What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Robert Garcia. Get this. Robert Garcia on the Joshua Wilder prediction. He states, who lands first will win the fight. Veteran trainer Robert Garcia would strongly advise Anthony Joshua to take at least 2 to 3 fights before facing Wilder. Eddie Hearn, who promotes the former 2-time heavyweight champion, is very interested in matching his fighter up against Wilder, the former WBC champion, at some point in 2023. And he said, one thing that I told Joshua's team, and I will tell them again now, is that I don't recommend them looking for a big fight immediately. Anthony is a huge star in Europe, one of the biggest in history. He should look for 2 or 3 fights, a little more adequate. I don't want to say easy because there are no easy fights, but he needs a more adequate fight, okay? He needs to regain his confidence, and he gets used to a new trainer, Garcia said, because it was a big challenge to get a new trainer and go directly against Usyk. As was in my case, it's not only a challenge for AJ, but also for me to go into a rematch after being dominated in the first fight. It was difficult. He said, I think that fight won't go to the scorecards between Wilder and Joshua. He said both of them hit hard. Many think that Wilder is going to knock AJ out, but I think that whoever lands first will win the fight. I work with Anthony, and he hits hard. I never felt Wilder's power, but it looks like a hard punch. But Anthony's punching power is very strong. I think Anthony has the same punching power as Wilder. It can't be any less strong than Wilder. So I think that whoever lands first wins the fight. That's a hell of a question. And those are the words of Robert Garcia. Now, I'm just first reading this. So I'm reading this along with you guys as I do the video. That's why a lot of times like, dude, what are you? I'm reading it as I go. You know, this is live. This is what it is. And what we have read and what I've read and what you guys have witnessed me read is that Robert Garcia says that Anthony Joshua has the same punching power as Wilder. It can't be any less strong than Wilder. So I think that whoever lands first wins the fight, as you guys can see. I don't want you to think that I'm reading anything different, right? Do I think he hits the same as Wilder? No, I don't, because it's almost comparing. It's a bad comparison. Who hits harder with one punch? Wilder. But who really throws one power punch at a time? Wilder. The only time we've seen Joshua throw one punch at a time is when he was with a very tricky, skipping, feinting, moving, slick southpaw like Alexander Usyk. Let's be real. We haven't seen Joshua that indecisive, and I think people got the perception that Joshua just doesn't know what to do anymore simply because he was in there with a guy that he didn't really know what to do with. He didn't know what to really do with this particular guy because he'd never been in there with a guy like that guy. And that guy is going to have to do more things in the division for Joshua to get a break. That being said, does he hit harder than Wilder? From one punch to one punch, no. Because Wilder only throws one punch. He may throw a jab, solid right hand, or solid right hand. Okay, he throws one punch at a time because that's his punch structure. He doesn't throw one. I mean, he may now because we did see some changes, subtle, because we didn't see a lot in his fight with Helenius because it didn't last but one round. But mostly, normally, Wilder throws one punch at a time because he believes in his power of getting guys out of there. Whereas Joshua hits hard, but Joshua's a combination fighter. He's better mid-range. He's a better combination fighter. He gets things done, and he's a lot better finisher. If Wilder was a finisher like Joshua, he would have got Tyson Fury out of there. Let's just be real, but he's not because he's a one-hit quit. He's a sniper, whereas Joshua is like a 6-shooter, revolver, 45. Joshua's a 45, right, with 6 shots. So he can shoot 6 very powerful shots at a time. Whereas Wilder, 1. Reload. Right? So he has to reload and he throws. And all those other punches are kind of scattered and, uncoordinated, right? Like seeing 2 NBA basketball players fight. Right? It's not put together. They're not sharp. They're not crisp. They're not like that. They're rather sloppy. Well, but Wilder is Wilder. So for Robert saying that he hits just as hard, he means the power. He means what he's basically saying, okay? He's saying that Anthony Joshua hits hard. He's saying that Anthony Joshua, if he catches Wilder first, he could hurt Wilder also. Of course, we all know, and I think a lot of us are just in belief that if Wilder hits Anthony Joshua, he will go down. I believe that too, because he's better at what he does for throwing one punch at a time, getting those guys out of there. Okay, because normally when he lands one punch. Okay, Dominic Breazeale, 1 punch. Luis Ortiz, the second fight, 1 punch. Okay, even Robert Helenius, 1 punch. Or 1 punch. Right? So that's what it is. That's what it is, people. So I think that's a fair assessment, because if Joshua catches Wilder, I don't think that he would play with Wilder. I think, the thing to do, if he does, that would be a mistake. Because if he plays with Wilder and he hurts Wilder, get Wilder out of there. Because I have no doubt in my mind that Joshua can punch harder than Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury was able to drop him. So what the hell you think Anthony Joshua can do? So let's talk about punch from punch comparison of who they've been in there with. Okay? And I think Joshua's a harder puncher and a better combination puncher than Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's faster, but I don't think he punches as hard as Joshua. And if Tyson Fury can do it with his punching power, so can Anthony Joshua. So at the end of the day, I think it is who hits who first. Because if Wilder gets the top and the drop bars on Anthony Joshua, yeah, it could be the same way. So you guys tell me what you think of Robert Garcia's take on Anthony Joshua, his firepower versus Deontay Wilder. On top of the comparison, who hits harder? I know we're going to get comments on that. You guys leave them below. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.